Alright, welcome to game 2 against zombies. This is my opening hand on the draw. I do decide to keep this hand because it has survival of the fittest. It also has this combo, which is really good. So, it doesn't have a dwarf, but really, probably what's going to happen. I'm anticipating if they keep a hand, they might have Perish, they might have like an Engineer Plague, and really it's just better to not have Naturalize. So they might even have Dystopia. So I like to have some Naturalize and survival. Eventually you can grind. So usually barring this hand is not bad. Okay, it also has lands. So many times I don't even get lands. So it's fine. What I sideboarded in is I took out two biorhythms because while it won me last game, it's really not usually good against creature decks, especially post board. I'm not probably going to have a bunch of the luxury of having a lot of elves down. So again, I'm morphing into the mid-range deck. Maybe I should start putting in. So again, I'm putting in the Ravenous Balos because it's just, again, I'm becoming that mid-range deck with just bigger creatures than them. I bring two Naturalize. It's good to have some enchantment removal against things like Dystopia and Engineer Plague. I play a Caller of the Claw just because if it lets me play out the dorks that I do keep in, and then it still lets me have some measure of if there's a lot of combat, it lets me, for instance, double block a zombie, and then I can just create a bunch of 2/2s and it buys me a lot of time. So I think it's not bad. I do play my Pyroclasm because I'm crazy, and I also have Genesis, which is again just a big mid-range card. No, but Pyroclasm's not bad. It's again they have a bunch of 2/2s, so I play it instead of Simoon because Simoon is not so useful against a bunch of 2/2s. Okay, so I take out some Priest of Titania. Priest of Titania is usually the first thing I cut against the decks where I expect to see Engineer Plague or Plague Spitter, because it's just having a lot of elves down is just not usual. So I take these out, and with these I also take out the Anger because, as you can see, I'm taking out Hermit. It's not good against Plague Spitter type effects that I'm expecting to see post board. So I just take out the Anger when I take out Priests and when I take out Deranged Hermits. Of course, I'm also taking out Birhythms. While it did win me the last game, it's not too good here when they have a lot of creatures. So this is how I boarded this game. Again, feel free to leave a comment if you think I should have boarded differently. So in this game, we start off with my opponent starts off with a Sarcomancy and plays a zombie token, and I just played my 1-drop here, nothing too exciting. And then my opponent plays Fiend, which again, Pyroclasm, not bad. They take my Survival, but again, I'm not really too disappointed because I do still have the Wirewood Maltani's Alkalite combo. So I offer a trade, which I don't think my opponent's going to accept. I'd be happy if they did, but it's a win-win. If they don't accept, then at least I can play a Wall of Roots. I'm playing the Wall of Roots because it also lets me play Quirion. If in the event they do have some sort of kill effect for the Quirion, I can just evacuate it with my Wirewood Symbiote. And having it down it's just not bad. I don't have any more lands, so when you don't have any more lands to play, it effectively serves as a Land War Elves because you can return an elf and play it. And again, having mana is important because I want to start playing the Maltani's Alkalite, and then effectively this counts as having 4 mana a turn. These 4 cards, so this lets me play the Alkalite twice. So that's why I play the Quirion Ranger there. But sometimes you don't want to play stuff. But anyway. So here comes a Dothy Slayer. it's not. I mean, again, it's a clock, so it's something that can get through my wall of roots. But my wall of roots, as you can see, is nicely going to hold back that zombie token. Very useful card. And again, here comes the combo. I draw. As you can see now, I have two alkalites, but it's fine. So I just don't attack here, and I fetch a forest. Again, I don't attack because maybe I should have attacked actually. Yeah, no, yeah, here, yeah, I forgot to tell you. I should have attacked here with the Quirion because again, I guess in the moment I forgot that this can't block, so I should have attacked here with both of the Wirewood Symbiotes. And the I could see not attacking with not attacking with the Wirewood Symbiote to hold back the Fiend. So I think it's correct to attack with the Quirion Ranger here. So I also can see holding so if you attack with both, then they attack with their Fiend, and I don't want to take 3 damage a turn. So I guess though I could have attacked. I could just block the Fiend with the Alkalite. So yeah, no, I should have attacked at both of these here. Okay, so my opponent should be at 17 life right now. So it's funny, I'm happy I'm getting some use out of these naturalized. It doesn't seem like I've seen a plague yet, so these naturalizes are sort of just rotting in my hand. And here they take the other Alkalite, which sort of makes me happy, I guess. I didn't go with the line where I didn't end up having to block with the Alkalite because now that I don't have my combo. But again, I should have attacked last turn with the Dorks. So I play the Alkalite here. I draw a Squee. And here's the Collar of the Claw, which again is not a very useful card here. In this situation, I'm not worried because effectively I'm drawing so many cards with the Alkalite. But still, it's sort of like, I guess also here I could have, do I end up doing that? No, here I could have potentially returned and played the Alkalite a second time, but I didn't. Again, just getting use out of those naturalizes, eh? I returned the Multani's Alkalite to my hand. I think I forgot to return it there. I can't remember what happened, but I think I missed an Alkalite draw there. So anyway, I'm down now to 13 life. And here I tap 2 and I play the Alkalite here because again, the thing is, okay, I don't play the Baloth right away because he has a Shade, and I don't necessarily want to. The thing about this combo that's so great, not only do you draw cards, but you can block something and return it to your hand, and unless this has trample, you don't take any damage. Whereas if I played a Baloth, my opponent could make this bigger than a Baloth and just kill it, which I don't want. I'm not getting ahead that way. Again, I'm on a clock. It's not a super tight clock, but I'm on a clock with this Slayer. So, just trying to draw my way out of this. So I decide to, instead of playing the Baloth, which I had the mana to do still, I decide to play the Alkalite here. And again, here I'm just untapping a forest with Quirion Ranger, and I'm going to just, what do I do here? I return the Alkalite to my hand and play it a second time, so I've drawn 2 cards this turn. And I get a Genesis. So again, really, this isn't such a bad position to be in because, you know, they've got a lot of Mesmeric Fiends, but they really can't attack. The Dothy Slayer can still attack, but I'm at 13 life, so it doesn't really matter. And the Nantuko Shade, who cares? I'm using basically the Alkalite to block the Shade, so taking no damage. It's very good. So here now, I have a lot of mana now that I drew the Cradle. And what I do is I just go ahead and play the Alkalite. I am going to play one of the Baloth or the Genesis. I believe I play the Genesis here. But I'm still want to continuously draw cards, so it's not bad to play the Alkalite because it still fuels your Cradle, right? So again, the Genesis is really good here because now I don't even care if they attack with the Shade. I'm just going to let my Genesis, even though there's really nothing in my graveyard, the Genesis is just good. I can even just use it as an attacker myself now and start to turn the tide of this game. I can continually block the Shade with the Alkalite and begin to attack with the Genesis now. So it's pretty good. Again, I just take my daily dosage of Dothy Slayer here. And I return the Alkalite to my hand. Again, you have to keep in mind, like, it's good just to have stuff down, even if you don't see the effects of this turning the corner right away. It's a process of building up your board. The more creatures you have, the better Kamal is when eventually you play it. I mean, Kamal is just an inevitability. Eventually you will get like a survival of the fittest like this, and Kamal will eventually come out. And so having these mid-rangey cards like Genesis or Ravenous Baloth down buys you time, and then you finish the game with a Kamal. Whereas, if I didn't have the Genesis or the Ravenous Baloth, I mean, it'd be a lot harder to potentially stay alive here. So, although I guess I could, because I'd have 2 Wirewoods, and even with Dorks I could just block his stuff. But it's just fortunate that imagine if you had an Engineered Plague, then all of a sudden Genesis, like, the only thing that'd be dead is this. If I had a bunch of Dorks, it'd be game over, right? So anyway, so I play my survival. I should have played the Alkalite first, because really I know I'm going to play Alkalite regardless, but I get a Priest, and then I should have the move here. I should have played Alkalite first. You generally always want to play Alkalite first, because you just draw the card and see the information. Usually it's better if you calculate your mana. Here, to be honest, this deck, there's a lot of math that always has to be done. So, when you have a turn where you have a lot of mana, you have to add up how much mana, calculate what you do. In this case, I'm not really necessarily thinking it through, because like it's sort of tiring if you do it too much. I play a lot of games each day, so it's sort of like, if I know it's not going to matter. Sometimes I don't do the math on the spot, so I don't use up all my time, right? So like at this point, I think when it matters, in this case, it's not super important, but there is a minor difference there. Anyway. So I play the Baloth. I guess I don't play the Alkalite there. I thought I did, but oh right. I guess I must have calculated this ahead of time. Where like I must have calculated this because I guess I realized that I don't need to draw any more cards. I just want to get bigger stuff out here. But by playing this, you have to pay its upkeep cost, and I'm thinking like I'm soon going to have Kamal mana. That's my plan. So like this, the problem with this is I'd have to pay its upkeep cost if I want it to be in play, or it won't have haste. So since I boarded the anger out, it's no longer useful to draw cards. I have enough material to win. Yeah, that's what I did here. So I don't play the Alkalite for that reason. I believe I just want more sort of bigger, bulkier stuff on the ground. And again, it is a close call here because my opponent is attacking with a lot of stuff. So it's, um, you know, I guess I played the Baloth too because I didn't want it to get hypnotic away. It's sort of bad that way. It's good to just play it, and then I'm sleeping better at night here, or so to speak, because I know I have virtually 9 life. So, but it doesn't matter because I believe here, so Squeak comes back to my hand, and then I'm playing the Quirion because at this point I know I'm going to get Kamal, and Quirion is just basically free mana. With it helps boost the amount my priest is making, so it's good. At this point I can do it. I know I can do it because like before, okay, I only had 2 elves, and I had technically 1 untap, so that's like okay 4 mana plus I guess I can return this, play it again, so that's technically like 5 mana. But I get to untap it, so that's okay. I guess 7 mana, which is still like I guess it's enough. But then this won't have if I'm playing this like sometimes I return this to my hand. I use its ability once to untap the priest. Then what I do is you can actually return this to your hand with the Wirewood Symbiote, untapping the priest, playing this again, tapping the priest, and then you can use its ability a second time. But if you do that, it's not going to have it won't be able to attack. And if your goal is to play Kamal now, you may not necessarily have enough now to deal the lethal blow. So it's good to have the second Quirion here to just not so that this one can attack. Okay, so yeah, here I believe I get Masticore. Here I wasn't. I guess again I just Masticore is just as good at this point anyway. So I play the Masticore, I believe, because I know that it's going to be just as fine maybe. But then I think I realized that sometimes the math again is a bit slow in my head. But I realized that the Kamal is just good enough here. So I get the Kamal, and I do believe I realized I can just play the Kamal and win. I believe that's what happened. Yeah. So, that's what happens. I play the Kamal and use his ability twice, and that's enough. No, I use it 3 times. My mistake. I do have enough to use it 3 times. So I calculated that, and there we go. 3 times is enough because this you have 4. That's about 40-ish damage. Well, 46 damage, and that's enough. So. And that's the game. So I guess I didn't have to get I shouldn't have gotten the Masticore there, but sometimes the Kamal calculation's a bit onerous, and effectively I knew I could just wipe away his board. So getting the Masticore isn't necessarily terrible. It can also regenerate, and if they have a perish or something and I couldn't win that turn with Kamal, I guess that's what I was worried about. The Masticore would survive a perish or something like that. So Masticore is more of a guarantee, but you know. Anyway, that's the game, and thank you for watching. Again, if you could have done something differently, if I missed something, please feel free to leave a comment below. Thank you.